and welcome back. I am Shannon Rice-Muruli, your Fire Her coach, and welcome to Fire Her TV, where we are continuing on the topic from last week, how to fire her, that amateur part of you that has been holding you back from turning pro in your business or your career. So if you missed part one, there's a link below where you can plug into that content so you can be all caught up on the information. Now I want to focus in on the last four, because I believe that when you combine all 8 steps, oh my goodness, your life from now, if you implement them, will not look the same a year from now. It just will not look the same. So this is what I recommend for step 5, to get alone. It is totally different from getting rest. Getting alone is about you unplugging from people, places, or things that are distracting you. Why? Because we know that distraction delays progress. And so you have to learn to get in a place where you can hear that very small voice that wants to lead you and guide you to make the right decisions and make your next move your best move, so that you can be in position for success in your business or your career. To give you an example, a gentleman by the name of Tony Gwynn, who played for a baseball team out in Atlanta, very successful guy, and he attributed most of his success to getting alone. He realized that Atlanta is hot Atlanta for a reason. It is full of life and energy, and he found that to be very distracting as he wanted to develop his skills in the area that he was focused on in his industry. So what he did was he moved all the way out to somewhere in San Diego. And he did that because he needed to create an environment where he can get alone. No people, no places, no things, totally different from what he was used to. Nobody knew him. He didn't know anybody. But he did that because he needed to develop himself even the more and be able to hear and do what it is he needed to do to grow into that professional young man. Now, I'm not saying that you have to get up and move to a different city, but sometimes it may require that. All you need to do is realize that getting alone will set you up from turning from pro or amateur into the professional in your industry or your career. All right, and so the next step, which is step number 6, is to get creative. A part of getting alone is so you can tap into your creativity. And once you do that, you'll realize that you do not need to mimic or try to figure out what everybody else is doing in your industry. You don't need to be looking at her website and looking over her shoulder and saying, oh my goodness, look at how she's doing this. I'm going to do it exactly like her. But you have to realize that everybody does things differently, because most of the time as a business professional or a career professional, there's a strategy behind the images. There's a strategy behind the marketing. There's a strategy behind their website. So if you're trying to mimic what someone has based on just the outer appearance, no. You need to tap into your own creativity to set yourself apart. For example, say you want to start a cupcake business, but you also have a passion for art and theater. Maybe you can bring that passion to your retail store. You can have images of all the great artists and all the great entertainers that have inspired you. Bring that passion to your location, and that way your audience and your customers, they will get to see your authenticity. And I promise you, they will trust you more and willing to do more business with you because you're presenting the real you. So get creative and watch how you position yourself to be an expert and the go-to person in your industry. All right, so we are at number 7, and this is one of my favorites. So I really want you to listen in, and if you need to come back to review this, I want you to do it. I want to start off by asking you this. How many of you are tired, absolutely done with starting over? You feel like you've started over hundreds of times. You're just constantly starting over. You're going from this thing to the next thing. You're looking for success. You're tired of starting over. Well, I want to recommend this next step to you, and that is to get in line and stay in line. Get in line and stay in line. When you get committed to staying in line, you'll stop starting over. Because you'll stop quitting. The more you quit, the more you'll have to start over. So if you get in line and stay the course, you'll start seeing some of the results that you want. See, amateurs, they continue to stop and start. They stop and start. And so I've created this image for you, and we're going to call this the Fire Her opportunity, okay? The Fire Her opportunity is something that you really, really want. We're going to kind of create a scenario here. This is an opportunity that you really want. You know it's something that you would be great at. You know it's something that you can use your gifts and your talents. Your purpose is involved in this opportunity. And so you really want it. And you'll have to start at the bottom, right? Where everybody has to start when they're pursuing anything new. They start at the bottom. They start as an amateur, which is fine. But the thing is, you realize that this opportunity, in order for you to grow and develop and get skilled and really become a professional, is going to take time. It's going to take a lot of hard work. There will be days when you will get frustrated. There will be days when you feel like, oh my gosh, my energy is so depleted. There will be days when you don't even know what the heck is going on because there's so much going on. There will be days when you feel like nothing is working out and you just want to throw in the towel. On top of that, it won't be the overnight success that you thought it would be. So then you get a phone call from so-and-so, you get a text, or you go onto social media and you see all of these posts about how to make $1,000 in a day and how so-and-so is succeeding and how she went from nothing and she making $1 million in 12 months or whatever. And you say, man, I'm tired of this job. I'm tired of, being broke. So I want to chase the money instead of my vision. And so what you do is you go to the next opportunity. You get out of line and you go to the next opportunity. And what you find there, unfortunately, even though people have persuaded you to join something else and you've made that decision, you realize that you had to start at the bottom of the line over there as well. You realize that it's going to take work over there as well. You realize that you get a little frustrated there as well. You realize it's going to be days that you feel like quitting over there as well. You realize there are going to be people that annoy you and things that you just can't control or stop from happening over there as well. You realize that you're going to have bad days and good days over there as well. And you say, man, this is not working. And guess what you do? You quit and you start over. You go and get in somebody else's line. And it continues to replay over and over and over until you say enough is enough. And you sit back and you think, well, hey, if I'm going to have to start over and if I'm going to have to commit to doing something, I want to do something that I know I'm put on this earth to do, that I can impact and serve people in a big way. And not just doing something because I know I can be good at it. I want to do something that's going to impact the lives of people, serving and fulfilling my purpose. When you make that decision, ladies, when you make that decision, in that moment is when your mindset is turning to pro. It's shifting from amateur to pro. You get back in line. That first opportunity, the Fire Her opportunity that you initially left, and you realize that, man, this person that was in front of me, they're now a pro. They're now living the pro life. And that shouldn't discourage you. That should encourage you, because you know if you stick and stay, you'll go into and grow into the professional in your business or that career. So I can encourage you, if you're tired of starting over, stop quitting. Get in line and stay in line. And now we're at step number 8. Ladies, at this moment, I give you permission to get pissed off. That is step number 8. I want you to get pissed off at all the things that you've allowed to hold you back up until this point. I want you to get pissed off that you have not been decisive. I want you to get pissed off that you've allowed people, places, and things to distract you, to hold you back. I want you to get pissed off that you've allowed that part of you to just continue to run and go without getting rest. I want you to get pissed off at the fact that you allowed your creativity to be stunted because you're looking and comparing yourself to someone else's creativity. I want you to get pissed off that you have not found you and your greatness, because it is there. And so every day I want you to get pissed off for at least 2 to 3 minutes. All you got to do is think back on all that was stolen from you, all that was taken from you. I want you to get mad at her, that part of you that has held you back from believing that you are enough, that you are capable enough, that you are strong enough to grow through the process so that you can become the amateur in your business or that career. Get pissed off about that. And then I want you to get pissed off for your greatness. Every time you think about what was taken from you, I want you to be encouraged and be inspired. Because when I think about all that was taken from me, honey, oh, I get passionate. I get pumped. I get radical for my success. I get radical about fulfilling my purpose to serve you in a much bigger way. So I want you to take hold of these 8 steps that I've shared with you over the past 2 weeks. And I want you to implement them. And I promise you, you will not recognize your life a year from now. You will not. There is no way possible that your mind that's going to expand will go back to its original form as an amateur once you decide to go pro. If this information has impacted you in any way, I want you to share this content. I want you to share what the FIREHER community is doing for women in the U.S. and outside of the U.S. I want you to get committed to helping us reach 1 million women by 2017. Will you do that? I'm asking you as the FIREHER coach and the visionary for this company. We would love for you to help us. And until next week, I want you to have an amazing time building yourself, going from amateur to pro. Much love, ladies. I'll connect with you soon.